morning. Welcome to the Rise and Thrive Breakfast Show on not just another channel, Camnet TV. I'm your host. My name is Precious Mzeya Sakaleji. Now, it has been a very interesting week, considering the fact that we've seen appointments. Okay, I am just specifically excited that Madam Nelly Multi is the first female Speaker of the National Assembly. The future is indeed female. Not forgetting a whole lot of appointments that have actually swept people off their feet. Not forgetting Project Binoculars is still making noise and trending both on social media and also in current affairs, and also different stakeholders on such an opinion or an operation. Not forgetting as well Zamra concealing fake COVID-19 vaccines. A whole lot more that has been happening during this week. That is the reason why I am here, to make sure that I update you in case you missed one or two things. Okay, getting on to our first session of the day. Like we always do, getting into our morning boost, making sure that you stretch those muscles, just trying to wake it out. If it's been a stressful week and you've been waiting for the morning boost or for the breakfast show, well, it's about time that we get into it. So before we get into our conversation of the day, let's quickly get into morning boost, and then we shall continue on the other side. Good morning.
It's a beautiful morning and I welcome you to Morning Boost. I'm so glad that you've tuned in and hope you had a great night. So let's do some workouts this morning and we're going to have a great time. So we're going to start with a warm-up and then make some aerobics movements for today. Okay, ready? Let's go. A beautiful morning to everybody and welcome to Morning Boost. Let's go. Go. And the V step now. Let's go. Last V step. Back to step touch. V step. Let's go. Let's go. And marching. And 4, 3, 2, step touch, go. Bring in your hands now. Let's go. Let's go. Just a quick workout in the morning. Not a full-fledged workout, no. Keep going. And 4, 3, 2, hamstring, go. Four, 3, 2, step touch. Four, 3, 2, and hamstring. And 4, 3, 2, step touch. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Keep going. Stay at it. Go. Easy basic workouts for the morning. And marching. Skip, jump now. Go. Let's go. Skip. Try this. Even if you feel heavy in your body, you can do this. Let's go. There's always a first time. You may struggle, but it's doable. Let's go. And 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Change now. Let's go. Very easy for a morning workout. Lift your knee very high. Go. Let's go. Stay at it. Stay at it. We're going to bring in a kick now from a knee high to a kick. Go. Go. Let's go. Let there be a blood circulation on your legs so that you don't have that numbness you feel at times. Kick. 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 Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Straight kicks now. Go. Straight kicks. Go in the sides. Okay. Keep going. Almost done with our 5 minutes workout. Knee high. Try this every morning. It's going to do wonders to your body. Let's go. We're almost there. All right, team. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. This is Isaac Matza, your presenter. I'm going to see you next time at the same time. And have a great day. Thank you for tuning in. Have a great day.
Africa is rising to a new dawn of integrity and accountability. Are you tired of being swindled or buying fake or illegal properties? Would you like to sell or buy genuine property? Would you like to list your property on both local and international market? Don't waste your time. Call the professionals, the SGK Properties on +260 762 166 018. SGK Properties. Your business assurance is our priority.
Welcome back. You're still watching the Rise and Thrive Breakfast Show. That was the morning boost. Now, quickly getting into what has been happening in the course of the week, in case you missed what has been happening in the current affairs fraternity, I would say. Now, quickly getting into the Patriotic Front government's president, which is Mr. Edgar Lungu, or Dr. Edgar Chagwa Lungu, who says he is retiring from active politics. Now, the question is, what is the way forward for the Patriotic Front, for considering the fact that there were petitions on the Mr. Given Lubinda who wanted to be the vice president. So now I am looking forward to see who will take over the Patriotic Front party as president and vice president as well. Not forgetting, I always talk about how I am a favorite human being for Mr. Kambili when it comes to what he talks about. In as much as sometimes he hits me with a very, very high blow, he has been trending, and also the Bank of Zambia governor, Mr. Mbunga, there was or is a voice call recording that has been going on social media. Speculations are that it was Mr. Kambili was questioning and asking about a certain operation, if it was possible or not. We'll get into that quickly. And then also the swearing in of different people and different officers, talking of the ZAF commander, Minister of Finance, Speaker of the National Assembly, and also members of Parliament from different constituencies. If you missed that, there will be clips coming through. So the question I'm asking you today is that during the campaign period, the United Party for National Development president, who is now His Excellency, Mr. Hakainde Hichilema, said that once he gets into power, he's going to sell the presidential jet. So there have been talks okay, from different stakeholders why he shouldn't sell the presidential jet, which was acquired by the former Republican President, Mr. Edgar Chagwa Lungu. So the question is, do you think the presidential jet should be sold? Different stakeholders have come through on board to say it should be sold, but with certain consultations, okay? The money that is supposed to come from the selling of the jet, the promise was that it will go to meal allowances for students and stuff like that. So the question I'm posing now is, do you think the presidential jet should be sold? Okay, now quickly getting into our item of the day, let's get to the Patriotic Front. President Mr. Edgar Chagwa Lungu is saying or announcing that he is retiring from active politics.
Speculation surrounding whether former Republican President Edgar Lungu will contest the 2026 general elections have been going round. The Patriotic Front Party recently affirmed that party members are in agreement to have the former head of state continue with the party's presidency and lead them into the country's next general elections. The former head of state, however, has clarified that he will not contest the 2026 general elections as he has already run his race and wants to give time for others to also lead the party. He was speaking shortly after attending church service at All Saints United Church of Zambia UCZ congregation in Lusaka's Chainda compound Sunday.
I think it's very, very important that we give the government space to fulfill the promises they made. They promised us cheap food, they promised us free education, and all those things. And I know they are very, very difficult to fulfill, especially if we keep disturbing them. Let's leave them 5 years to fulfill.
Speaking during the church service, the former president has further called on stakeholders to give the new United Party for National Development UPND government room to operate and deliver on their promises.
In 2026, why are they worried? There are procedures in this matter. Just like I gave up the presidency and I had surrendered everything and I followed procedure, I've handed over to President Hakainde Hichilema. I'll hand over the next president of PF. I'm not available for 2026 and PF should begin grooming itself, rebranding itself to come up with the new vigor and contest elections. And those who are advising me are wasting their time because I'm very competent in understanding the law and following it. When I make a decree or a pronouncement, I want to follow it according to what is laid out. I'm available to cooperate with the president in handing over power up to this point. I'm still available to cooperate with the president of PF, soon to be named. So what is the fuss? I want to rest. I've done my part, I've run my race. So don't worry about that.
Zambia went to the polls on 12th August 2021, in which the former head of state came out second, losing to the United Party for National Development UPND, led by Mr. Hakainde Hichilema. Zipora Mushala, Camnet News, Lusaka.
Well, there you have it. Now we're looking forward to seeing who the Patriotic Front president will be. I would say he's run his race. He did what he could do when he was in government and in power. So moving on to our next update is that there was a Chinese company that has been suspended for a week until the working conditions of the workers has been put in place by, there was an announcement from the Ministry of Labor. Now the complaint from workers is that they were given food that was not in good condition. I would say, lack of better terms, I was disgusted that there were actually workers that are being subjected to such treatments. And this is just a call out to those of you that know if there's any company or any friend that's working for a certain institution and this is what they're subjected to. There are labor laws that need to be followed. You're not that vulnerable. Come on, like our health really matters when it comes to a working environment and also your mental state. So they will have been put on suspension for a week. It's not the only company. There are other companies, just to mention it too, the roofing company and also the trucking company right here in Lusaka. I stand to be corrected. So here is the one that was subjecting to workers to bad working conditions and also unhealthy food.
The story of the poor working conditions at Longdihao, a Chinese company in Lusaka specialized in making roofing sheets and PVC ceilings, has attracted the attention of the Ministry of Labor. Officers from the Ministry of Labour, accompanied by Assistant Labour Commissioner for Special Duties Chola Kavaso Wednesday, took time to visit the premises to establish why workers have been subjected to working under poor conditions as well as feeding on meals of low quality. During the inspections, it has been established that works at the kitchen and the ablution blocks have commenced after the story was heard on Camnet News over the state of the premises went viral.
Minimum construction. Very good management on minimum construction. Toilet is so cheap, this is as good as barefooted. So the vacancy urinos check. Yes. From Dala, you are working with these shoes. You are working without the boots.
However, it has also been established that workers have been working under difficult conditions as they lack necessities such as protective equipment despite working in a dangerous environment. Mr. Kavaso also took time to interact with the workers who have expressed various concerns over the poor working conditions.
Maswap says vatenga che manzi yakupya jabafaka mkati babacha mix up yabafaka na salt at ani diani. Mino wa magalo ajaye yao magalo kama tuma security yao mama pikira nyama. Maona which is more important between us workers and magalo ajaye. Tikafika nkani ya ma contract makama. Contract na sevenza more than three companies. Ni karibu ona contract yao masaina ukuabisa ati usatuone. Umusho inache pa provision pa pofaka signature che.
Among other challenges, the workers are paid low wages and their salaries are deducted if one falls sick or has a bereavement. Mr. Kavaso has since directed the company manager to cease operations for a period of 1 week until the kitchen, toilets and protective equipment are put in place.
The sales department will remain open,
Which one?
So that the sales department here.
Which one?
This one. You
This
continue working even tomorrow. But the factory no work,
But for this sales they can.
Pardon?
Your meaning is this
Sales you are not closing.
No closing.
But factory you are going to close because the toilets no good,
I know. But when
the kitchen is no good there.
When the toilet and the kitchen finish completely,
Yes.
and finish everything, and you come to see,
Yes.
no problem.
And company manager says he has employed a lot of people despite the COVID-19 period, which has affected businesses. He has, however, agreed to put the house in order as soon as possible.
I know plenty people. Even this morning, 5 people is standing here looking for it every day. Because this is big problem. So many people is no job. It's a problem. It's for me also is too much headache. Because it's Corona time, many company close because of the Corona. Even business is very tough. It's no profit, loss.
And the Labour Commissioner, Given Muntangwa, had this to say.
We have already responded to the reports that were aired yesterday, and so far we look forward to that company complying within the 7 days that we have given them. Should they fail to complete the works within 7 days, then we will be able to extend the period until they finally comply.
Prudence Chota, reporting for Camnet TV News.
Yes, people were eating that. People were subjected to that. I don't know for how long, but we're glad that the Ministry of Labour has actually come through for them. Now, getting on to the things that were even trending way back and the trust that was lost in the Zambia Medicine Regulatory Authority, the time that we were subjected to certain medicines that were not good for our health, expired medication and stuff like that. Another one has come through where Zamra concealed and destroyed, okay, thousands worth of COVID-19 vaccines, which is the Hayeks. Yeah, I stand to be corrected on the name. So it came in importation, so there are some papers that were not certified and verified before the importation. So there are questions to why the COVID-19 vaccines were destroyed, okay, by Zamra instead of reporting to relevant authorities or enforcement agencies. Let's take a look at this and then we'll come back on the other side.
Zambia's health sector has continued to be in the limelight, mostly for wrong reasons, ranging from issues of suspected corruption to the procurement of expired drugs in the famous honeybee saga. As if that was not enough, on Monday, 31st August 2021, Zamra announced that it had seized and destroyed a consignment of unauthorized COVID-19 vaccines valued at $150,000 and equivalent to 10,000 doses. What surprises people is that Zamra in their statement could not state the company behind the consignment, but the media made the exposure. Embattled Lusaka businessman Vauden Findlay explained that it was a donation from Abu Dhabi, United Arab Emirates government. We, the so-called reporters, continue to ask questions on behalf of citizens as to how the government can donate to an individual without the knowledge of the state. Was the Ministry of Health aware of the vaccine? Why the media was not informed to capture the vaccines when destroying them? Or maybe it is the reason behind civil rights activist Brebna Changala's views.
Decided to dispose of evidence a day before they announced the seizure of this illegal vaccine. When we go to the law, this is a very serious criminal matter which should have seen the police, the DEC move in. Zamra should have reported this matter to relevant law enforcement. But most importantly, they should not have destroyed this vaccine because it could have used in a court of law as evidence against the perpetrators of this crime. In this case, Chrisma Earth Moving Company.
Mr. Changala has called for the arrest of all those involved in the matter.
A lot of things could have happened should PF have won this election. And I know why they didn't tell the public, why they didn't destroy this vaccine. It's because they wanted to supply it to the Ministry of Health incognito and endanger the lives of the people of Zambia. That is banditry, is criminal, is unacceptable, and the law must take its course. The law must visit Zamra, the law must visit the directors of Chrisma Earth Moving.
He says Zamra must be cleaned up.
Zamra did cooperate in this criminal activity, and everybody else there must be made to account. And what I mean is everybody at Zamra must be arrested. This does not exclude the perpetrator of the crime, the importer of this vaccine. Body that is compromised and must be done away with. It's not serving anybody's interest. We are coming from honeybee. Now we find ourselves in the vaccine, under the watch of the same institution. They must explain themselves. They must tell the people of Zambia. Because I can see now Zambians losing faith in this COVID vaccination because they don't know where the vaccine is coming from. This is a huge injury to reputation and confidence in the vaccination process.
Patrick Soko, Camnet News in Lusaka.
Question of the day: do you think the presidential jet should be sold? Now, if you want to get through to us, you can get to our Facebook platform. The question has been posted there for you, or you can come through live in the studio. You can communicate with us live on 0968675273, 0968675273. Quickly getting into your next story that was trending during the course of the week between Dr. Chishimba Kambili, which is the Patriotic Front member, and Bank of Zambia governor, Mr. Mvunga. There was a voice call recording that was going on between the two, and this is what happened.
Questions have risen from citizens asking who should run affairs of government institutions between professionals or politicians. This follows the leaking of an audio on social media alleged to be between Bank of Zambia Governor Christopher Mvunga and Patriotic Front PF member Chishimba Kambwili. In the audio, Mr. Mvunga alleges that Dr. Kambwili is trying to interfere in the operations of the Bank of Zambia BOZ by giving directives for the bank to authorize a bond of $30 million United States dollars, contrary to Section 65 of the Bank of Zambia Act, which prohibits outside interference in the bank's operations, a crime which carries a sentence of 15 years.
Bank of Zambia is sacrosanct. We work professionally. You as politicians, keep to your lane. What is your problem, Batshim?
Mr. Mvunga. Is it wrong to help if people can help?
Is it right for you to instruct the PS Finance to say the Bank of Zambia governor has agreed? Who did you speak to?
Did I instruct you? Or I called you to say, is there any way you can help? And somebody spoke to the Bank of Zambia governor, speak to him.
Can I tell you, Chishimba Kambwili, do you have an authority even to talk to the PS about issuance of bonds? Have you read the Bank of Zambia Act?
Mr. Mvunga, I was asking if it is possible to help.
You were instructive, my friend.
No, I was not instructive. Unless I don't know how you want to.
Okay, can I tell you in what local standard? Can I ask you? You're a senior party member. In what local standard do you have even to approach the PS to issue bonds? In what local standard are you standing on?
I was asking if it is possible to help.
Dr. Kambwili, however, has taken to writing on his Facebook page to defend himself. The PF member has argued that he was not giving directives to the Bank of Zambia, but simply inquiring if the authorization of a bond was possible. He says this follows a recent advertisement by BOZ to the open market to buy government bonds and treasury bills. He has further expressed that he is concerned about the country's debt acquired from local contractors and suppliers of goods and services for the infrastructure works done, goods supplied, and services rendered. Dr. Kambwili has further called on government to ensure that the country's debt is settled. Zipporah Mushala, Camnet News, Lusaka.
So there you have it. For those that missed the trend on social media, it's currently still going on. People are questioning why Dr. Kambwili actually called the Bank of Zambia governor, and you can save a whole lot of sentence if certain information is revealed. I think it's all institutions. There are certain codes that are not supposed to be broken, and if you do, you definitely head into prison. And also what has been trending is the ending of cadreism in the streets by the ruling government, which is the UPND, United Party for National Development. They're trying to get rid of that. So what is on the ground is that marketeers, traders are supposed to be paying their revenue to the authorities, which is the Lusaka City Council. Now, there has been concern from COMESA and also City Market trading area where they're not really sure of which receipt is genuine or not, and they're saying there are actually some cadres that are still collecting money, and they have no choice but to actually give them the money as they pay for their space or whichever market it might be. So now there has been an appeal to the relevant authorities to actually sensitize the traders and the marketeers on what is a fake receipt and which one is the real one. So the one that, from what I know, the Lusaka City Council receipt has got the Lusaka City Council print Okay, it's a print that you cannot copy, and you can tell that this one is a counterfeit. So different people have come through, and there has been a concern that has been raised, and also they've been told that the sensitization will be done, and also different authorities have been called upon to sort out this matter. So now, while we're quickly just updating on what has been happening in the course of the week, the question of the day is, do you think the presidential jet should be sold? You can come through on our Facebook platform, or you can call us live in the studio. That's 0968675273. Now, before we get to our next stories, let's just quickly take a short break. I will be back on the other side.
Africa is rising to a new dawn of integrity and accountability. Are you tired of being swindled or buying fake or illegal properties? Would you like to sell or buy genuine property? Would you like to list your property on both local and international market? Don't waste your time. Call the professionals, the SGK Properties, on +260 762 166018. SGK Properties. Your business assurance is our priority.
The Camnet October Conference is fast approaching. To participate in the forthcoming conference, you're required to book your seat by paying 750 kwacha per person per day. Date 1st and 2nd October 2021. Venue the Healing Word Ministries International in Ibex Hill. Guest speakers include Professor Reda, Professor Munkumba, Mr. Nkuruma Kalaluka, Dr. Musonda, Dr. Sitima, Anthony from USA, Dr. Mwale, Honorable Bob Sichinga, Elias Bondela, and your hosts, Pastors Victoria and Moses Chiluba.
You can also participate via Zoom at 300 kwacha per day.
Make your payments through mobile money. For MTN, 096 296 5883. For Airtel, 097 975 3010. Our banking details are 913 000 182 5325. Stanbic Bank, Kablonga Branch.
For those living abroad, make payments via Wild Remit. The deadline for payments will be 28 September 2021. Any late payment made after 28 September will attract a penalty fee of 200 kwacha per person.
Are you a small to medium enterprise looking to advertise your products and services within your community and across Zambia? In these economic times, we are here to help you grow your business. Advertise with us on Camnet Market. Camnet Market is offering lower rates for prime time advertising between 06 to 18 hours every day to give your business an edge under the new normal and beyond. For more details, contact us on the following numbers: 097 975 3010 or 096 296 5883, as well as 096 244 726. You can also reach us via email on info@camnettvafrica.com. Camnet TV, not just another channel.
Welcome back. You're still on the Rise and Thrive Breakfast Show. Remember that you can come through live in the studio on 0968675273. Do you think the presidential jet should be sold? Come through, and also on our Facebook platform. Would like to hear from you. There's so many expectations from the current government, the new regime, the United Party for National Development. Everybody is expecting to see what they will do. And not forgetting quickly just stepping into the project Binoculars by former Water Development and Environmental and Sanitation Minister, Mr. Raphael Nakachinda, who has been closely observing the current government and making sure that they fulfill their promises that were made during the campaign period. And we have a caller. Hello, good morning. Good morning.
Yes,
Morning, Morishani. Was precious Shan Copper Belt. Okay, and then Tumfwe. Mulea Kundeke. Mulea Mkunina, Mulanda Parindeke. Oh, Namuna, what's Mulea Mkunina?
No.
Please go ahead with your contribution.
Yes. My sister, in the case, to go at the government, in the case to go to teacher. Next support. In the case, we know our government here of Mako. Government here of Mako, Yare Monavera Zambia, what they want to. Natwaze batavale ko kutondo matuyabo. So in the case, kweza ikija kwi government ya UPND. Then the lab gaba sheshi keska kumamu. Baka bike education, baka twale ku agriculture, baka twale na ku energy. Ni shiva tuafa. Tulepo abana leso na pressure, gracious. Bakatambirire like you are to Damascus. So Wakabike sana kwa education. Any tetu tambile my sister na taweza kungone sana. Bakwe baba na pia shingwa kwa agriculture. The tetu wele ngemunga ndana mulimfisi. Bakwe baba na pia shingwa kwa energy. You finish what kwa government ni shwa yotela. A contribution, my sister.
Okay, now tell us, precious. Thank you. Well, there you have it. So he is saying that the presidential jets should be sold and the money should be allocated to different sectors. One of them he has mentioned is agriculture, education, and energy. Okay, you can also come through with your opinion, 09686752273. Now back to the thought that I pinned before we had that caller on Project Binoculars by Mr. Raphael Nakachinda. He's received quite mixed emotions, reactions from different stakeholders to say that, yeah, quite right, the current government during their campaign period, they had promised the Zambian people, they promised that once they get into government, there's certain projects that they're going to start working on and there's certain things that they're going to do, but they need time to actually put 1 and 2 together. It's not going to happen all the time. One of the people that has actually also been criticizing and closely watching the current government is Mr. Sean Tembo, PEP party president, and he is saying, I remember there's a Facebook trending post that's currently on, where he was talking about the current government not fulfilling their campaign promises, and he's saying that some things that were said were allegedly lies, and also he's saying that if he was also he had told lies, maybe he would have actually won the presidential election, but since he told the truth, hence the poor performance during the general election. Quite a number of posts that he has been actually putting out there to the public on social media, but the UPND has come through from different members to say we need time to actually put ourselves together, considering the fact that we have just assumed government. There are a lot, not just a few procedures that needs to be followed before the house is put in order. Now, currently, we are witnessing the swearing in and also appointments of different officers. Members of more than 100 members of parliament were actually sworn in just a few days ago. One of them is the UPND critic, Mr. Bowman Nusambo, and also just to mention a few. So in case you missed the swearing in ceremony, there was also a video that was trending on social media by one of the members or official members, I would say, that was a government official member that was being sworn in, and he was not in good condition, where there's a statement that came through that he was unwell, hence being helped to hold a Bible while he was swearing in. has been happening, I would say. And also there is a starter pack on social media. On a lighter note, before we get into that video, there's a starter pack on social media. The president showed white gloves that he's been wearing to say, once you see this on the screen, just know that someone is being fired and another one is being hired. Talking about firing and hiring, Zesco House, which is Zambia's powerhouse, is being put in place. Okay, there has been some schedules or some system that have been put in place. We don't know how true some stories are, considering the fact that former musician, Zambian artist, was put on a payroll as a customer care service, customer care manager for Zesco. A whole lot of memes have been going on considering that, meaning there has been a lot of ghost workers. We're yet to see who they were and what they were being paid for. So one of the institutions that has been put in place is the power company, which is Zesco. So now, for those that missed on the swearing in, here is a clip, and then we'll continue with the conversation on the other side.
It is a season of appointments and disappointments, perhaps rotating moods for those who were excited and those who were not. Change in terms of positions prevailed in the defense wings and in the Zambia Police Service. Those who took oath as Zambia Army Commander Lieutenant General Sitari Ali Buzwi, his deputy Godfrey Ziele, Zambia Air Force Commander Colin Barry, and his deputy Major General Oscar Nyoni. Others are Zambia National Service Commandant Malichi Solochi, his deputy Major General Luben Mwewa, and Zambia Police Inspector General Lemi Kajoba and his deputies Miuna Muyambango and Dolis Chibombe. The new Inspector General of Police had an encounter as he started shaking during the swearing-in ceremony. The video has gone viral with wrong captions, but the Zambia Police Public Relations Unit has clarified that he is just recovering from malaria. Meanwhile, Anthony Waria has been appointed and sworn in as Special Assistant to the President for Press and Public Relations.
I shall be made known.
And President Hakainde Hichilema emphasized on the need to restore the rule of law and implored citizens not to demonize former defense chiefs.
There will be no citizens allowed to attack our service colleagues or police in the line of duty. So you see the neutrality there. And transgressions will be very clear. So we want to normalize life in our country. It's been abnormal for too long. I should also say to you, for the colleagues in the Army, the National Service, because I haven't seen much in the police, that civilians wearing military uniforms, I think that should not be allowed. I'm not the law. The law must have guidelines. If the law is weak somewhere, we shall pattern up that weakness. Because sometimes the citizens mistake party thugs who beat people to be military people.
Patrick Soko, Camnet News in Lusaka.
Well, there you have it. Now quickly getting into our Facebook platform for those that have been commenting from Facebook. I have this one that's coming from Twasi Habs Tai, and he says, yes, it should be. Well, the question is, do you think the presidential jet should be sold? This one is coming through from David Kampwali, and he's saying, yes, it needs to be sold because the treasury is empty. This one is coming from Mwanga Taonga, and he's saying yes. Maiti Munkombo is saying Kaisa Mbalwa. And then Joseph Piri is saying yes, that is a must. Okay, this one is coming from Shumba Wanderson, and he's saying, who is the owner first of all? This one, Evaristo Kachanda is saying, how much money are we making per Matoge? Quite a very interesting question. Clement Kayola Silweya is saying, I agree with this decision. And then Chibamba Damson just comes through and says, sod it. So you can also come through from our Facebook platform, and also remember you can actually call in on 0968675273, 0968675273. Now quickly getting into the story where the presidential jet is being talked about, it being sold, and also what should be done before it is sold. For those that missed the story, let's take a look at this.
The issue of the presidential jet was a matter of concern in the country. The Gulfstream G650ER is fetching around $66.5 million US dollars, equivalent to 1,067,850,882 kwacha. The purchasing of the jet by former President Edgar Lungu brought a lot of debate among those for and those against the idea and those against the move in the country. The question of priority arose owing to the fact that the country was experiencing a number of social and economic challenges. While in opposition, President Hakainde Hichilema vowed that when elected to lead the country, he was going to sell the jet and give students their meal allowances, among other important needs.
Where is the money going to come from? After I warned you not to ask me that question, someone asked the question. I said, the first money to support youth programs is to sell that presidential jet. I found a buyer. The people of Zambia don't need that jet. What the people of Zambia need is youth employment through this social contract. Not that jet.
Intra-African Governance Network Executive Director Mollis Malambo says if President Hichilema will uphold his promise to sell the jet, he must do that in consultation with security wings.
Don't know how the current government or any other person or any other government to come would sell a state facility that has been bought for security reasons. Whatever the case, let them do so in consultation with the state institutions such as Zambia Air Force, the intelligence, the Zambia Police, and Zambia Army, because those are institutions by law which protect the presidency as an institution.
He however notes that selling the jet should not be a priority because the country has pressing national matters to attend to, such as poverty alleviation and job creation, and that not every promise should be realized, saying the jet is a national asset.
With little understanding of how government operates, but now it's a different ball game. UPND has formed government. Let us help them to achieve the goals. Selling the presidential jet is not a national goal. The national goals that we have is to create employment for the young people, create business opportunities for the women, unite our country against all odds, improve the agriculture. Those are national goals.
He also acknowledged the need to give the president time to settle.
Not everything that is said during campaigns that people should hold the government accountable for. Let the Zambian people give President Hakainde Hichilema time to settle in and roll out his mandate to create employment for the young people, to give business opportunities to the Zambian people, as much as possible to lower the cost of living.
But should President Hakainde Hichilema actualize the promise to sell the jet or ignore it? Patrick Soko, Camnet News in Lusaka.
Well, there you have it for those that missed it. That was one of the talks that was being talked during their campaign period. Quite a number that the Zambian people are looking forward to. Just a personal opinion, I think that everything has got its time, so there are certain things that will be done now and things that will be done later. Let's all remember that we have got a whole 5 years to wait for. Okay, now quickly getting back to our Facebook comments. This one is coming from Daniel Davids, Kingsreal Muwowo Jr. and he's saying, good morning, presenter. How are you? How are you all? I'm watching and following your show from Solwezi. Thank you so much for coming through. This one is coming through from Chris Piri, and he's saying, yes, we need Zambia Airways. Okay, thank you so much for coming through. Stanros Kapasai is saying, yes, I don't see it bringing any value to Zambia. There are shortages of medicine and hospitals and clinics. The money for the jet can replace that wise decision. Well, this one is coming from Daniel Davis Kingsrail Mwowo. Again, he is saying, well, in my own opinion, what I can say is that the presidential jet shouldn't be sold at all. Okay, this one is coming from Chipego Ngandu, and he's saying, yes, it must be sold immediately, and the 48 houses plus the question is how many times do we pay TV levy? Very interesting. I think from what I know, it should be every month, eh? TV levy should be every month. If I am not mistaken, I stand to be corrected. I don't even know if I pay TV levy or not, but that's a great concern. This one is coming from Abraham Peaceberry Kakumbi, and he's saying, let us vote and see how many want to see the jet sold. Okay, great concern. This one is coming through from Levi Mumpisa, and they're saying, who is going to buy the jet immediately? Let's focus on more pressing issues for now. And then this one is coming through from Martin Monga, and he's saying, selling the jet is a national goal. If you don't have nothing to say, please keep off the cameras. Okay, this one is coming through from Francis Tembe, and he's saying we need the jet to be sold. Francis from Choma, Southern Province. So those are the comments that were coming through from Facebook, and also we had a call from Bash Precious all the way from the Copper Belt, and his concern is that yes, the presidential jet should be sold and the money should be allocated to different sectors. He mentioned agriculture, energy, and also education. I know we were promised quite a number of things, and one of them that people are looking forward to is a free education from primary to actually university or college level. We wait to see things that will unfold. We wait to see how many projects are coming through, and we wait to see who is being appointed, considering the fact that it's almost a full house. The cabinet is almost done. Congratulations to everybody that got an appointment and everybody that was sworn in just a few days ago, parliamentary seats. And also, there is a vacancy in Eastern Province. Elections didn't run, so there were some concerns from different political parties. Just before we go, just crossed my mind where they were asking if there is a possibility to actually fill in a vacancy, okay, either a councillor, chairperson, a member of parliament, mayor, if you are able to fill in a seat that is vacant without by-elections, considering the fact that that is an extra cost from the country. Okay, so there's that question that has been going around, considering the fact that there are so many petitions that have been filed in the High Court. So we are waiting to see which one will be successful and which one will not be successful. We mentioned this on the last breakfast show to say different political parties, majority being the United Party for National Development, have petitioned the results that came through from the general elections that we had on the 12th of August 2021 on the parliamentary level and also mayoral level. They are saying that the numbers were tampered with. So we wait to hear the judgment from the High Court and also what the verdict is going to be. Well, unfortunately, I have come to the end of the show. For those that came through for the views and opinions, thank you so much. Continue watching Camnet TV, and also not forgetting that Chipolo Polo actually got the celebration of the door, victory of the day on Friday, which was yesterday, a match between Zambia and Mauritania, and it was 2-1. We will get more details on a sports show that's coming through, which is off the pitch with the boys on the other side. So there's some victory and a whole lot of things that we need to celebrate for. Well, from me, Precious Mzea, Sakaleji, Isaac, and Elijah Chifita, and also on behalf of the Camnet TV crew, thank you so much for coming through and also for joining me on the breakfast show. Have a beautiful morning.